Welcome to this series of tutorials on PHP. We're going to be starting right at the beginning of the programming journey and looking at all the basic syntax and structures that you need to understand PHP and to apply it in an effective way. We're going to be using the Code Anywhere environment. I'll place a link to this in the comments below and also a link to a tutorial on how to create your own LAMP server that will have PHP, MySQL, Apache, all running off a Linux server. Now to start, we need to be right at the beginning. PHP actually lives inside HTML code. Web pages are built using HTML and PHP is an extension of HTML. So when we create our first page, we actually need to create a HTML container to place our PHP in that. So let's get underway. So I'm going to start with a brand new document. Now you can do this in Notepad or any sort of text editor. So first of all, we need to declare the document and let the browser know that we're using a HTML container or document. Now inside that, we need to open up our HTML tag, and we also need to close our HTML tag. We then have our head, and we need to close the head tag. We also have our title, and we need to close the title tag. And most importantly is the body tag. The body tag is where our web page displays. So between the open body tag and the close, and I better close the head tag and close the HTML tag. So between the open body tag and the closed body tag, this is the information that will appear on a page. So this is my title. In the title section up here, we can actually place the information that will appear in the tab at the top. So I'm going to put www.lmarsden.com and I'm just going to save this now. And I'm going to give it the name 00 intro to php.php. Now when you save your files, make sure you save it with a PHP extension. And I'm going to click on save. Now you can actually see there's been some colorization that's occurred, and now I'm going to run this file. So I'm going to right mouse click and click on run, and then I'm going to select the file, and this is my title. If I right mouse click and go to view page source, I can see the code behind that, and we'll be doing that a lot in the first session. So I'm just going to close the server information. Now we've actually said this is a PHP, but we haven't done much with this. So what I want to do at the moment is I want to put a heading tag in, a H1 tag, and you notice now that because it's associated with PHP, the environment's now trying to assist me, and I'm just going to close the H1 tag. So I'm just going to indent things to make it much neater, and that's known as stubbing out your code. And also I'm going to place a paragraph tag as well. Now I'm going to save this with the Command S, and you notice that I haven't closed the tab. I can come up here and just refresh this. Now I have a title, and I also have some paragraph information. Once again, if I right mouse click and go view page source, you can see the code that's associated with the display. Now the next thing I want to do is actually place some PHP in here. So I'm going to go below the paragraph tag and I'm going to open up a PHP tag. Now PHP is written inside of its tag. So this is the open PHP tag, and that's the conclusion of the PHP tag. Unlike other tags where you've got an open tag and you see the pointy bracket close that, and then a closed tag, PHP is done with inside the tag. Once again, I'll stub in, so it's indented. And in here, I'm going to print something to the DOM or the document. So the page itself is known as a document. So to print in PHP, we echo. So we echo out the information, and then I can use the quote. This is my first PHP script. I'm just going to save that, and once again go up and refresh the page, and you can see this is my first PHP script. I'm going to right mouse click and go view page source again, But you notice that you can't actually see the PHP tag. That's missing. You can see the text that's been returned, but not actually the tags that control that text. So that helps us with a little bit of security. So let's go back in and let's make it a little bit prettier. So let's change our body tag and let's give the background a bit of color. So I'm going to put some in-text styling here and just go BG color. Now remember that it's American spelling, so it's C-O-L-O-R, not O-U-R. I'm just going to go equal, and I'm going to use hexadecimal color. So if you know your colors, you can put different ones in there. I'm just going to go F2, CC, FF, and save that. Now this should change the background color of our document, and it should make it a light pink. If we want to center everything, we can actually come in our body tag and center. Pick up the close tag, and I'll place that after the PHP tag. And because all this has been centered now, I'm just going to highlight everything and just indent that inside the center tag. Move the center tag back one. Save that, refresh, and now our text should go to the middle of our page. Once again, we can view the HTML document and the HTML tags, but we don't actually see the PHP tags. Now if we want to move the title down, we can actually place in some break tags. So we can put a break tag, another break tag, and that will put 2 blank lines at the top of our page. Also, if I wanted to place some comments in to PHP, I can come in and use 2 forward slashes. So this is like a comment, the computer won't run this. And I can put in, this is my output of PHP. And if I save and run this now, you notice there was 2 lines put in there, and we can't see that comment line that I put in my PHP tag. The other thing we may use, if we use single quotes, we can still have the same output. So there's no difference between double quotes and single quotes. But if I change this to Marsden's first PHP script, you notice that the single quote has caused an error. If I try to run this, you can see that the PHP server has actually returned an issue on line 18. And so on line 18 you can actually see there's a problem because the colors aren't correct. But if I'm using single quotes like apostrophes, I then need to use double quotes on the outside. Otherwise, I can use an escape character, which is the backslash, so the computer knows that this is a character apostrophe and not part of the tag, so it escapes the character. I'm just saving, and when I refresh this now, we still have the apostrophe and no error, because the escape character has turned that into an apostrophe and not an end command. Where if I remove that, straight away you can see the error reoccurring. I like to use double quotes around text, but sometimes in your output, if you need to quote somebody, you need the double quotes in the middle, and so therefore you may have to use an escape character so that the quotes come around your text. So there you go. That's your very first PHP script and your very first echo out to the screen or to the document. So I hope you found this tutorial useful, and if you have, give it a like. Also subscribe to my channel and have a look around my YouTube channel for other useful PHP tutorials and other programming tutorials. And I'll see you in our next tutorial on PHP as you develop your skills.